Hey everybody, Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads, and welcome to hey everybody, Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads, and welcome to the call today. We're going to talk about the top free and paid ways to generate great quality seller leads with a just sold or a pending listing, yours or borrowed. And I'm telling you, this is probably one of the most important marketing and engagement activities that you're going to do, and that you need to be doing it every single week. I'm talking to more of our clients that are following our training that are actually getting the benefit from this, even if it is a borrowed listing. I'm going to walk you through how that works in this call today, because you need to be making sure that every single week you're engaging your audience with the messages relating to pending and sold listings. So I want you to make sure that you log into your Listings to Leads account. Let's actually do this together so that by the end of this video, you can pause it, you can rewind it, you can forward it as needed. But I want you to get it done as quickly as possible this week to start engaging and getting great listing leads. So again, listing agent, selling agent, yours or borrowed, every single week, we're going to be doing a just sold or a pending listing and the related messaging around that to all of our audiences to generate some amazing quality leads. Because really what you want to be able to do is have that consistency of message to your audience, so that when people think about pending or sold listings, they're thinking about you. So if they got a question about a listing that's pending, a listing that's sold recently, in the past, upcoming, or whatever it is, that because they're constantly hearing your messaging around that every single week, you become the person that they go to, you become the person that they engage with related to that. Now, one of the things I do love to mention, especially for you selling agents, right? Get good photos. So you'll see a little bit later here, I can tell that for the selling agents, when your buyer buys the property, try to get a nice photo of the front of that property. Maybe even have a professional photo discount where you're going to take just one photo of the front of the house for them as a nice kind of maybe a memento for buying the property. And then you can use that in your ads to get even better quality, or not better quality, but better leads at a better price. Because again, as always, photos matter. And again, you want to make sure that you're doing this weekly. We don't want to miss that opportunity to engage our audiences, or to be the person that our audiences think of related to pending and sold listings. So real quickly, hey, for the last 30 days, the Facebook lead ads, where you get name, email, phone number, and selling timeframe, they're coming in at $6.96 a lead. Just sold for listing agents, $6.59. And then just sold selling agent at $16. Now, that one is completely skewed, because some of the, like I mentioned about photos, sometimes I see these selling agents go and they take a subpar photo of the property to use in the marketing, and you can get subpar results, right? The quality of the inputs can help determine and influence the quality of the outputs. So we want to make sure that our photos are good, which is why I mentioned that. Do keep in mind, this is part of our daily call. And for the first week of June here, you can see we talked about marketing a listing that is for sale, ours or borrowed. That could have been coming soon, just listed, active, or open house. Tuesday, we talked about the seller PDF guide, home seller negotiation secrets. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing the 100-point home marketing plan marketing module. That is absolutely fantastic. We want to make sure that we do that as well. Friday, we're going to talk about new construction. But today, in particular, I'm going to walk you through marketing a just sold listing, ours or borrowed. This training will be absolutely perfect for pending as well. Again, yours or borrowed. The call to actions change a little bit, but the methodology of what you're doing will be the same. So watch this video. Make sure we get it done. Real quickly, I'm showing you here. This is a single property website for where I'm the listing or selling agent. So you can see we're marketing a specific property. I've got the property address right there. And just to compare and contrast real quickly before we get into it, because I'm going to walk you through both where it's your listing or selling agent, as well as if you need to borrow a listing. So if we've got to borrow a sold or pending listing, this is what it's going to look like, where we'll take a photo right, of the farm area, maybe even the street that the listing is sold or pending on. And we're not going to use the property address. We're just going to say just sold on Bahia Drive or pending on Bahia Drive, so that it becomes like a micro mini market report versus a specific sold or pending listing. But here's the beautiful thing. You still get all the credit. And this is one of the things that I'm talking to our clients that I'm hearing from them is they never realized that, hey, it doesn't have to be my listing to get the benefit of talking about pending and sold listings. So follow our training here and let's knock this out and get you some great quality seller leads. So go to listingsleads.com. If you're not a client, sign up for a free trial. Everything we're going to talk about you can do in that free trial. If you are a client, go ahead and log in. Let's go to listings. Now, if you need help getting that pending or sold listing into your account, let our support team know. It literally takes about 2 minutes to add a pending or a sold listing. And I will show you real quickly. Usually you have to, if it's not your listing, you're going to have to add it manually. So don't use that as an excuse to not do it, because the 3 minutes that it takes you to add that pending or sold listing that we're going to borrow, or maybe we're the selling agent, the benefit to your business will be 100-fold. So there's no excuse for not being able to get a pending or sold listing into your account to get the benefit of what we're going to do here. So again, we got the listing in our account. You can see I got a pending listing. And if I scroll down, there's another pending and just sold listing agent, just sold selling agent. Now, all the language around the selling agent marketing is going to be reflective of the fact that you were the selling agent and that your buyers bought the listing. So I will not be showing specific marketing for selling agent, but just understand that we do have all the call to actions and language around that, specific for the fact that you were representing the buyers. And here you can see I've got a listing that is just sold where I am the showing agent, right? And that's where I'm borrowing the listing to make sure I've still got that continuity of messaging to my audience. So let's go ahead and click on market listing for my sold listing. As always, we got the detailed write-up and recorded webinar. Click learn more right there. That's as if we were sitting next to each other. Also, the walkthrough video will be on that page as well. We got the checklist. I always recommend click download and download that checklist, print it up, and put it where you're going to be doing all the work so that we make sure that we get this done. I know you're busy. I know you got a million things going on, but I really need you to complete all of these items so that your business is going to grow. You're going to stay a client longer, and you're going to be a lot more successful in your real estate career. So download the checklist, follow along, and make sure that we get all of this done. So we're just going to walk down this list right here, Facebook and Instagram ads. The location will autofill. We got the radius of 15 miles special housing ad category done. We're doing a lifetime budget of $50. Start and end date is 1 week by default. I can edit the text. I can edit the image. If I've got custom audiences, I can check that and I can type them in. So you can see here, I got that's my plus leads audience where I bought a list of all the homeowners in the area. And then I've also got my database. So it's either or. So either use location. If you're going to use a custom audience, you can take location out because it's the audience that Facebook is going to target. If you don't have a custom audience, then you just use the location field. And again, that will autofill. We do have quite a few advanced options for those of you that are more experienced, but the cost per lead that I shared with you a little bit earlier, 98% of those are from the standard ad. So the 98% of those leads, the ads are just the standard ad that you see here with no editing. So click create ad. We'll send that to Facebook for review, get that live, and that will be a lead ad where every lead is name, email, phone number, and selling time frame. So absolutely fantastic. Get that ad out there. Next up, scroll it down, click social media post. Now, this should have posted automatically when you either added or changed the status to pending or just sold. You can see what the post looks like. And that will, you can schedule, or you can determine either the landing page, single property website, or virtual tour. I prefer the single property website or virtual tour, but it's all up to you. And again, you can see here, it's posted on June 2nd. But if you needed to, I can click post now, or I can schedule the post right there. When it does auto post, I will get an email as the agent. So I can click the email, see what that post looks like. If I need to edit the post, I can. And people click the post, they go to the single property website, just like in the ad. Here you can see this is a lead form so that I can get a home value estimate for my property. But I can also get all the great information related to that property. I can access your 100-point home marketing plan automatically right here. I can download PDF guides as a homeowner or a home buyer. So you can see there's a lot of great engagement via that social media post. Next up is request for review. So you can use this and edit this, send it to your seller, ask for a review either as a listing or a selling agent. Again, that language will edit as appropriate. So get that out. Now, if you haven't seen your client review website, click over here on the left-hand side where it says client review. Amazing client review website. We integrate with Zillow, Testimonial Tree, and Google. So if you got reviews on any of those websites, they can be pulled into Listings to Leads automatically and added to your client review website. And again, we've got an entire marketing module around that. So now if we are the listing or selling agent, we want to make sure that we get the tools to our seller. So click send to seller for share on seller social media. You can add in multiple emails and salutation as needed. So that's the social media post. You can see what that looks like there. Got to make sure you get this to your sellers or buyers, depending on listing or selling agent. But this will get you more leads from the seller sphere of influence, more branding, more engagement from them, especially if you were the listing agent and you use this when it was maybe just listed, open house, pending, and just sold. Now these homeowners have seen, or the homeowner sphere of influence has seen this entire story about how you went from listing their property to selling their friend's property, and it's going to get you more leads. So people will click, they're going to comment, you're going to get leads. Same with the eFlyer for the seller sphere of influence. So beautiful eFlyer. Again, click the green send to seller button. There's your seller name and email. Click on send. Now the seller is going to think you sent it to them specifically. You will be CC'd as the agent, so you can see what it looks like and how awesome it is. The eFlyer, just like the post, goes to the single property website. And the best thing to do is call the seller up right after you got CC'd on these 2 emails. And you'll say something to the seller like, hey, John, or hey, Ian, this is Scott. And I just want to congratulate you on the great work that you did in getting your home sold. As a professional agent in the area for the last 7 years, it was really a pleasure to work with you. And I'm so excited that we got this done. I just sent you a couple of emails, something to share via social media, something to share via email, letting everybody know that we got your property sold, because in this crazy kind of market that we are in, it's really important to let people know that properties are selling. And I would absolutely appreciate it if you could put that on Facebook and share via email. As long as you did a good job, 99% of the sellers are going to do it. And that is probably better than a paid ad. As far as it is someone who had success with you, someone who had success in selling their property is now promoting you for free on social media and via email. That is absolutely gold. Make sure you get that done. Next up here is the nearby homeowner letter. So I would only use this, I think, if I was either the listing agent or the selling agent for the property. And if I was, this can be one of the top ways to generate quality listing leads that you have. Now, if you used it with pending and maybe previously with an open house, so that we're hitting these homeowners around our listing, right, multiple times. And if on top of that, we're using the circle prospecting script that you see right below this, you are going to absolutely, I don't know how you're not going to get some great conversations, some listing appointments, and listings out of it. I hear from people all the time that they get listings from this letter. So you can either print and mail, right? So you can print and mail right from Listings to Leads. You can upload your own list. You can create a list within Listings to Leads by clicking that. Do note we have postcards and door hangers. So while the nearby homeowner letter is the best, I don't really care as long as you do one of them. So just real quickly, let me show you the letter. Now you could also download it and envelope it and mail it yourself. A lot of people do that. Get in the mastermind group. You'll see a lot of conversations around it. But this is an example of one of the three different versions. So you can see here, we're talking about the fact that the property sold. They can scan the QR code, send a text, go to the URL, right? Then they'll see that their home value will be updated. But both the pending and sold single property website, yours or borrowed, are going to allow people to get a home value estimate. So you're going to find people will save the letter. They're going to call you off of it. They're going to email you off of it. They're going to scan the QR code, become a lead on the single property website. There are so many options for engagement here that it's literally, you want to make sure that you're using it on a regular basis. Again, download, print, mail. Let's go right to the postcard and door hanger before I go to the circle prospecting script. So you can see here, the just sold postcard. So they got QR codes, seller lead capture, seller call to actions. Absolutely fantastic. And we got door hangers. Let's see, did I miss the door hanger? I probably did. It's probably right on the top. Ah, there it is, of course. So there's a door hanger on the far right on the top row. And door hangers are fantastic as well. I think the letters are the best, and I think door hangers would be second, and then postcards third. So we got the direct mail out around either where we're the listing agent or selling agent. Now call those people up, right? Generating leads is fantastic, but we are salespeople. Sales is a proactive career. We got to be calling people. We got to be talking to people, and we got to make that happen if we're not getting enough people calling us. So don't sit there and be passive when you are a professional salesperson / real estate agent. So here we go. We got a couple of different versions. If you sent the letter, postcard, or door hanger, use this version here, and you'll see you're going to offer them a home value estimate for their property. If they say yes, right where it says click here, click that. It'll go to the landing page, put in the property address, name, and email, get them the home value estimate right now. They will also be signed up automatically to get it every 30 days going forward. And then if appropriate, based on the conversation, let them know you're going to send them a quick estimate update right now, but that you're going to also send them something a little bit more detailed that's going to provide even more clarity as to their specific market value of their home now. It's all about adding value. So we want to have conversations. We also want to add value. And we want to make sure that when we call them back in a month or two, that they're open to talking to us, or at least hearing from us for a few seconds about what's going on in real estate. Because again, if you're following our training, we've got not a million, but we got almost a different script every day that you can call your homeowner leads with. So you'll have no shortage of conversations with homeowners and home seller leads in your database and in your farm area. Get that circle prospecting script. Hey, if you can call only 2 or 3 people a day to start with, do that. But what I'm hoping is you're going to call 20 to 30 people a day, because it's your business that we're trying to grow here. And this is what you do when you're trying to grow your business. Next up, eFlyer for your database. One of the most powerful tools, again, when you combine it with the script. So what we're going to do is we're going to email 100% of the seller leads in our database with this. We could also just email this to everybody. I like the idea of this also going to the buyer leads. So what we're going to do is send yourself a test email so you can see what that looks like. You can edit the email if you need to right here, but I'm going to click the green Send Now button. Send to, I can select all, or I can select whatever list I want. So seller leads, buyer leads, all right? So you can see how that works. And then send it to all the leads in listings to leads. You can also click copy code and send it from KV Core, Boomtown, Lofty, whatever program that you want. Now you can also click copy code and send it from your CRM. So Lofty, Sierra Interactive, KV Core, Boomtown. So click copy code, go to your CRM, and I'll log in. Sorry about that. I'm normally logged in ahead of time so that we're not waiting around for that. In every CRM, you can do this. So here I'm going to click contacts. It literally takes under a minute, and it's going to set up that database call script beautifully so that we have more conversations. So I'm going to click bulk actions, email 8,099 contacts. Now we're not going to try to call 8,099 people. We're going to call a small subset of that. So I'm going to click source. We're going to copy. Remember, we click copy from listings to leads. Now we're going to paste it. Click OK. And there's that eFlyer for our database, letting them know about the property just sold. Beautiful little slideshow. They can click here to get a home value estimate update. And then you can see here, we've got the legions, listings to leads, lead gen signature. So here, I'm going to send a test email to myself again, just like I did from listings to leads. Make sure everything looks great. Make sure the links are clickable, and then click send email and get that to all the leads in your database. Now, once that goes out to your database, go to the database script and you're going to see eFlyer sent. Now, if you didn't send it for whatever reason, there's still a script that you can use. So you can use here, and you'll see owns a home in the area, doesn't own a home in the area, but I sent the eFlyer, so it's going to be a better call because they've got something in the email. They may or may not have seen it, but at least I can refer to it. So I can say, hey, Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. I want to let you know that 1015 Raleigh Street in Folsom just sold. I sent you an email with the link to the single property website with all the photos and details. Just want to make sure you got that. And if you can't find it, whatever it is, go ahead and text 37349 to 25678 to get the virtual tour sent to you. Or you can just text or call me and I'll get that over to you ASAP. So now that this home was sold, local home values around it, including yours, have been affected. And because of this, I would love to prepare a home value estimate that will give you a better feel for what your home is worth than what you can get on those different websites where you can get all that stuff for free. The report I prepare is something I do for free for all my homeowner clients and selected VIPs in the area. And I'd like to include you on that list. Is scott@listingstoleads.com the best email to send that to? How beautiful is that? We're letting them know that a property just sold near them. We wanted to make sure they got the email, postcard, door, whatever it is that we sent to them. We were just making sure that they got that. If not, we're giving them an option on how to get it. And then we're letting them know that the home values in the area, including theirs, have changed, and that we'd love to include them on our list of the different VIPs and clients that we work with to get them something a little bit more detailed than what they can get at Zillow or somewhere else. Add value, have communication, right? This is how you engage, how you get listings, and how you grow your business. If you may have 10,000 people in your database, try to call 10 to 20 people with the script. Try to call as many people as you need to get a couple of good conversations going. It's your business that depends on it. Next up, short form video scripts. And I absolutely love all the great feedback we're getting from our clients who are growing their social media audiences, their follower accounts for free using all the different short form video scripts we've got in Listings to Leads. So make sure you see the detailed write-up that we talked about in the just sold overview. But what you're going to do is click send that to yourself, open up that email on your phone. You'll be able to click both the green buttons or the blue button right on your phone. This is all included, including the script right here. If you don't have a teleprompter app, right, we got one for Apple, one for Google right here. You can click and download from your phone. And if you don't know how to use that app, click the blue button right from your phone. Click the blue button and this video is going to come up. Press play and I show you how to open up the email, copy that script into the app, and how to start recording the video. Now, the beautiful thing is you don't have to be in the video. So don't feel compelled like you have to be in the video for it to work. Over time, it would be great if you were in the video, but you don't have to be. So just get the script into your teleprompter app, either record the video, either being in it or not, and get that video out the door. So we got the single property website here. That's going to be linked to from all the different tools, the virtual tour as well. We got listing flyers. For a sold listing, it probably won't be that important, but if you got a pending listing, they could be useful. Now, sign writers, let me show you something here. Now, when the property is sold, you probably can't put a sign writer on it, but for you listing agents in particular, your yard sign, when the listing goes pending, should have the status writer on the top, and you should have one of these sign writers below it. Now, if you got one of these, this is great because that will send the pending or just sold single property website to the person sending the text. So that's awesome. But this one can be a little bit more compelling, especially when the messaging now on the top of that yard sign is pending. Again, just sold, you're probably not going to have this opportunity. So take advantage of this opportunity. I talked to someone a couple of weeks ago, got a $1.5 million listing off a yard sign by having a rider like this on it. So you got to make sure you are leveraging all the tools in listings to leads so that we can make sure we're getting you the most listings possible. We do have blog, Craigslist, QR code, all that stuff right there. That stuff is not really that relevant for what we're doing here. Now, if you're the listing agent or selling agent, these tools are what you're going to use, and it should be very straightforward following the training that we just did. Now, what about if you have to borrow a pending or sold listing to market this week? Not a problem. And this is really, I'm telling you, I've talked to a few people now that are following this training where they're borrowing pending and sold listings, and they're not absolutely shocked, but they're pleasantly surprised at the engagement that they're getting, the leads that they're getting from this, because it never really occurred to them that they could do this even without having a pending or sold listing. So let me just show you here real quickly. When you need to add a borrowed, sold, or pending listing, let's go back and take a look at that single property website. So again, no street address, right? No 123 Bahia Drive, and we're not using a photo of that specific property. What we're going to do is when we add the listing to our account, so we can change the status here to just sold. Just do just sold listing agent, doesn't matter. But what I want to do is I want to show you here for the street number, we're going to do just sold on, that's the only thing different you're going to do here is put just sold on Bahia Drive. Everything else, you'll just fill it like normal. Do not steal the listing agent's property description. So you can just put another home sold on. Now, hey, if you went and you toured that property, you want to give a bit of a description here, you could do that. But another home sold on Bahia Drive is absolutely fine, because the idea is after you're generating these leads, you're going to be able to call them up and have a conversation with them. Now, the other thing that's going to be different is, again, we're not going to take the listing agent's photos. We are not going to use Google Earth and put up a crappy photo, right, that looks like garbage. What we are going to do is we're going to click on save and add photos. You got to put city, state, zip, right? That is required. On the next page, when you add the photos, my point was take a photo of the farm area. So don't take a photo of the specific home. And to be honest, the home that sold or is pending that we're going to borrow doesn't even have to be in the picture. That's not the thing. What we're trying to do is almost like a home value, is show things are happening in this area, right? So the things are happening on Bahia Drive. What specifically? It's sold or pending, but we're not going to tell you the exact home until we engage them as a lead and we start talking to them. So you add the property. Let me just go ahead and close a couple of these out now. So add the property again. I guess three differences: street, don't put 123 Bahia Drive, put pending on Bahia Drive, just sold on Bahia Drive. 2, edit the property description to something like pending on Bahia Drive in Sarasota, Florida. Do not take the listing agent's description. And then the third thing that's going to be different is you're going to take a photo of that area, not of the specific home, but of that street or that area, to use on the single property website / virtual tour, right? Otherwise, when that listing is added, I'll show what it looks like, and we'll do a real quick run through. because the training that we just did, or the marketing that we just did for our listing, is pretty much the same. So here we go. Just sold on Bahia Drive, Sarasota, Florida. You can see there I'm a showing agent. I'm going to click market listing. And we're going to have the Facebook and Instagram ad, just like normal. Now I can edit that just like before if I wanted to. So I would get the ad done. And we have different templates with just one image. So if you see a template like that, so we can use different templates and so on. And let me just go ahead and close that out. We got the social media post. Now we're not going to have the tools for the seller. So, obviously this is a borrowed listing in a sense. So we're not going to have the tools for the seller. I don't know that I would use necessarily the letter if I'm borrowing a listing like this, but you can circle prospect. Why not? Why not? So you could call the homeowners in the area. You're going to still send the eFlyer to your database, just as if you were the listing or selling agent. You are still going to call through your database. You're still going to use a short form video script, but again, we're not going to use, hey, the home 1, 2, 3. Actually, you could. It doesn't matter, because you're just letting people know what is going on in the area. Nowhere in the script are you saying that you are the listing agent or selling agent. Hey, you know what? There's another listing for sale. There's another listing that's just sold. And this is one of the best ways, because again, you don't have to be the listing agent to get the credit to generate the leads, to engage your audience, to get more listings out of that farm area, because you are working smarter and harder than the actual listing or selling agent. So how beautiful would that be for you to be the one to start getting these listings that you would normally think that the listing agent or selling agent would, but because you're the one bringing that message to the audience, you are the one getting the benefit. So make sure you are doing that. And again, if you're going to borrow a pending or sold listing to market in the manner in which I am speaking, really none of this other stuff is relevant, required, or needed to get a ton of value from doing these activities. So if you have any questions on any of this, either get into the mastermind group and ask away in there so that we can be of benefit and value to you, or you can ask our support team and they will help you out and get you going as well. So thanks everybody for joining us today in this video. We'll talk to you soon.